Hello, welcome to Beau Hannam Guitars. In this video I'm going to be showing you how I repair this cheap guitar cheaply. And that means quickly. What I'm going to do is pull the frets, level the fingerboard, and then put the frets back in. And I'm going to find out how long it's going to take me. Because there's a limit and I have to stick to it. And I've got an egg timer and I'm going to see how long it takes. This guitar is a no-name something. I don't know what it is, there's absolutely no indication. The customer bought this for really cheap. So he can put $100 into this and still come out on top because it sounded pretty good. It did buzz. The reason for that is I straightened out the neck and there's a massive hump here. So if I put a straight edge on here, there'd be about a 2mm gap between the last fret and the bottom of the straight edge. And this is about 1/8 of an inch above the bridge, top of the bridge. So what to do? Is it worth doing anything? It does sound good and he got it for free. So that means it probably is worth chucking $100 into. So what I'm gonna do is pull all the frets, sand down this hump, which will re-establish the geometry so the straight edge touches the top of the bridge, then string it back up. The neck is strong and it's going to be a good guitar once we just sort this little dilemma out. So I actually don't know how long this is going to take because I never really time myself, but I'm going to time myself and try and figure out how long it will take. I quoted him like $100, so let's see if I can do it. So when I do this, I have a system for establishing which frets go back where, because I'm going to use the same frets. I just use different colored Sharpies with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then blue, and I basically go up the rainbow order because I'm a Steiner kid, and I pulled 3 frets before I realized that I wanted to do a video on this. And then I put it in my ultra fancy snakewood fret holder. A few things to point out. So this is the notched straight edge with a flat straight edge from StewMac. This is the long guitar scale. So I used that to make sure that the neck was flat before I started doing this. I'll check that again after I get the frets out. These are excellent. I really like this profile because it makes it a lot harder to drop, and so when you're holding it like that, you're holding that ridge and it's really nice. It's really good detail. The fret pullers of choice are these. I got these from Stuart McDonald. They're really good. They're pretty expensive, but they're the best. I've used different ones and they aren't as good. So, egg timer. That took 5 minutes to pull the frets. So just checking again with a straight edge. Still humpy here. It's just some chalk. So I'll attempt to use a block plane because if I can plane the excess off, it will be helpful. So this is 120 grit sandpaper on one of, I would call it an essential Luthier item, which is the leveling beam. So I've talked about this before, but a single point neck rest isn't the best option for leveling a fretboard. Much better off with one of these rockers. It just distributes this way better, so totally flat. So if I've established it with like 80 grit and it's flat, then I can just work up through the grits. With a little bit of tension, this is pulling up beautifully and it's gonna be nice. So I have that many 16-inch radius sanding blocks. They're all from this one from Amazon, this one's from LMI, that one's chopped in half from that one, and this one's from StewMac. And they all have different grits. So this is dead flat now. It's just a little bit below the top of the bridge, but when the frets go in, it'll be good. So all done. Time to put the frets back in, and I could use the StewMac jaws, which is my usual preferred method, but I'm just going to use the good old dead blow hammer. So the colours, there's a dot on each one, and that's on the treble side. Fret rocker. I just have to remove the dots that I put on there. The action's good. There's a bit of a buzz here though. So I'm at about 40 minutes in, so what I might do, take the strings off and then just make sure all the frets are seated, and then just do a very, very light grind. Whoever invented these should be a millionaire. So I'm going to hit the fretboard with some wax. Now for some CA glue on the ends. Using a red Sharpie, it's going to go over each fret. What I should have done is put some sort of glue into the frets as I was fretting. This way is almost as fast. Diamond file. Then I use Howard's feed and wax to pull up all the dust, fret dust and stuff that I have left on the fingerboard. And it's pretty amazing how much comes up. It's like immediately clean again. I'll just do that one more time. So I did all that in 57 minutes. Make that an hour. So I hope you're liking the video so far. If you are getting value out of it, please consider liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. I always enjoy reading what you have to say. Fingerboard has a little bit of relief in it. Fall away is tiny. And if I put a straight edge on the frets, it's half of 64th below the top of the bridge. But actually the bridge is pulling up a little bit, so I'll have to re-glue it, and so that'll be lowered a little bit, so it'll be freaking perfect. The action is 3 30-seconds on the bass and 2.5 on the treble, which is exactly perfect. Like, couldn't ask for better. That's done. This is a nice playing and sounding guitar now. So, success. Cheap guitar that remains cheap even after I pulled all the frets, leveled the fingerboard, put the frets back in, and strung it up. And I shouldn't have worn a white shirt. So there is one other thing that I really need to make clear, and that is to not hold other repairers accountable to the time that I do it in. The way I did this and how quickly I did it and the techniques that I used, they were done specifically for this job, for this guitar, this cheap guitar that the customer didn't want to spend much more money on. So I said I'll keep it under $100 and did it really quick. I did it in an hour, which is pretty quick. I probably could have done it 15 minutes quicker if I wasn't filming and I had all the tools set out, but I forgot to bring all the tools over there, so I had to keep going around. But while I did this quickly, it looks, plays and feels like any other fret job. So it's not a cheap fret job, it's just a really good fret job done quickly. On my own guitars, you know, my $10,000 guitars, I spend like 2 to 3 hours getting them perfectly shaped and installed, and that's just like 1/3 of what I did. But it's just because I've been doing it for so long and I can do it really quick. But that doesn't mean that other people can or will or charge the same or do it to your 1960 Gibson or Martin or something like that. This is just, it is what it is. So remember that. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. It was a real pleasure to film this actually, because I didn't know how long it would take me. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. My name's Beau Hannam, and what's a good sign off? Love to you all. Bye.
Like and subscribe.